So here is a set I did like literally an hour ago, and I cannot remember the name of anything I've used. So the acrylics are Glam and Glitz, but I will pop in the description box below what I used. I want to say it's simple yet complicated is the colour changing, and then the nude is Never Enough Nude or Almost Nude. Oh, I honestly can't remember, so I'll have to pop it below. So I've done my usual prep. So I've removed my client's previous set of nails down to a thin clear base. Olivia comes in for overlays. So I've just primed the natural nail, and I'm popping on a thin clear base, and then I'm just going to pop on a thin layer of this colour change acrylic. As you can see, I'm slowly getting used to Glam and Glitz acrylics. I'm forcing myself to learn because there's such pretty colours that I will master this. This nail, she hadn't broken it, I did while filing, so I had to take it back and resculpt it. So that was all my fault, and it's such a shame because she'd been doing so well, like she hadn't broken one for months. So my bad, sorry guys. So I'm coming in with a base layer of clear. My bases were really off this week. I think this was done in the week running up to Christmas, and I'm just, yeah, you know, when you just, as a nail tech, I'm sure you all understand, I was just so busy, and like sometimes I was like, I just cannot get my head to work right. So I kept finding this week I was putting on like a massive base and taking away loads of acrylic, which was really wasteful. So if anyone's noticed that on the few videos I've shared recently, I'm aware of it. I'm sorry. I just kept putting really big bases down. So as you can see, I'm creating that nice thin clear base, trying to keep it really nice and thin, so getting rid of that excess clear that I'd put on. Playing around with my camera angles there. And then I'm going to come in with the colour change. Every now and then you'll see me go to the clear, but then I go into the colour change. I'm not picking up any clear. That again, you get to a certain point the week before Christmas and you're just so tired you don't know what's happening. And I kept going to pick up clear, going, what are you doing? It's colour now, Lucy, come on. So I'm putting on a thin base of that colour, and as you can see, you can work really thin with this Glam and Glitz. It's so highly pigmented. I find a lot of the time the colour change and the glow powders are a slightly thicker, creamier consistency with some of them, so they're even easier to work with. And then getting a bead of clear acrylic, a very small bead, and picking up some of the crystal squares from the Glitter Fairy, and these are in Ballet Slipper. And these have a beautiful iridescent shine, so they're a really pale pink salmon-y kind of nude colour. And when you place them on, you can you see the pink shining through, and also you got that lovely iridescent shine. So I'm just letting that set in place before I cap that again, because Glam and Glitz is quite a wet acrylic to work with. And while I'm letting that set, I'm just going to cap this nail. And again, I've got a massive bead of clear, but I'm putting it down the nail, creating that nice shape and structure that I want, and then getting rid of any excess. So I'm happy with that, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to cap this nail. I'm getting a decent sized bead of crystal glass, starting in front of the cuticle area, as you can see, a few millimetres in front, and then using my brush to blend it back, making sure I keep my brush between my cuticle area and the acrylic. So there's no good trying to tap it back and the acrylic being like in front of the brush so that you're pushing it onto the cuticle. Does that make sense? Making sure all of that glitter is nice and matte, so I know it's all been encapsulated. Moving on to the next now, just placing on that thin clear base. And then coming in with the nude colour. So again, starting in front of that cuticle area and then kind of blending back. And then pulling that nude down the nail. It was a little dry, so I just popped a little more monomer on my brush, wiped off any excess, and then just moving that around, making sure I'm getting a nice even coverage. And then adding kind of like an S of glitter. I don't need too much, and I'm going to do crystals on this nail following the shape of glitter, so I just want it so there'll be a tiny little bit kind of peeking through behind the crystals. Let that set, and moving on to the next nail. And on this one I'm doing a full colour as well. I'm really sorry about my focus, it kept auto-focusing on my hand. I currently film on a phone. It is part of my plan next year to look into getting a proper camera and everything. Just because, mainly because of that autofocus problem. I'm just going back and capping that nail. So again, starting a little in front of the cuticle and then gently pushing back towards it. And then just tapping, pulling down the nail. And then going to cap this nail in clear as well. And then going on to the thumb, find that thin clear base. Picking up clear when I wasn't supposed to, wiping that off and starting again, and then getting this nice pink colour change, starting at the cuticle and then blending down. Again, this is quite a wet system and I'm using it as a design powder, so almost painting it on the nail. And then when that's set, I'm going to cap that in clear. And I'm going to file them all in. I didn't show the filing because this is good, otherwise it's going to make a really long video, but I have done numerous videos this week. I've done one where you literally follow me doing the entire set of nails, both hands start to finish, and I've done a few other videos with more in-depth filing as well, so they are coming. And then coming in with my Oval 2 brush from the Glitter Fairy, placing 3 beads of white acrylic on this nail that I'm going to create a flower with. And then as they're setting, just creating that petal shape. I'm just getting a nice small bead, taking the liquid out of the back and placing in the centre, and then using my wet brush to pick up a random pink Swarovski crystal and just place it in the middle. Then I'm just getting my CJP gripper glue out. Placing a few random dots on that nail, and then I'm using my wax crayon to pick up crystals and place on the nail. These crystals are from Cuticle Crystals. I couldn't tell you the exact sizes or the colours. They are just a random selection of pinks. So I often, when I've got a set of nails in mind, I will just go on the website and buy various flatback, the non-hotfix flatbacks, in various sizes and colours, so various shades of pink, and then I just pop them all in a pot or in a wheel, and then that is my pink mix, as it were. So now I'm going to mix the pinks with my Crystal and Crystal AB. So just popping on a little bit of glue and then adding, so you want to put enough glue on for maybe 2 or 3 crystals because the glue will dry fast. I prefer applying my crystals direct to the buffed filed layer, because surface even, because I feel they stick a lot better that way. I'm just going to put a wide bit because I'm going to use some of these Raindrop Crystals. So also from Cuticle Crystals. Now you see a lot of this kind of design because I did one and then I showed it to other clients and they were like, I want that, I want that. So a lot of people had it, and also I'm doing my nails tomorrow, my Christmas nails, and they are going to have the exact same. I've just got a big order from Cuticle Crystals due, and it's going to be loads of lovely greens and crystals in a very similar design. So yes, I often find that you'll do one design and then everyone will want it because they just think, oh my god, that's so pretty, I've not seen that before or something. So always be prepared when you do something new because then everyone will want it. And I'm just going to kind of look at the design. One trick I use with these like raindrop, teardrop shaped crystals, the larger crystals, is I kind of tuck a crystal underneath it. So the bits where you look at and you think that's not 100% flush to the nail, and you think that is likely to snag and catch on hair and things and drive you nuts. So I always try and like just tuck a crystal underneath it, so you've got less chance of things getting caught on there. And then I'm getting my top coat and I'm using a fine detailer brush, and I'm just getting up nice and close to those crystals. Not going over, because if you go over you'll dull that sparkle. You'll dull the cut, and it's the cut that makes the crystals sparkle how they do. Right up to those crystals and then over the nail. And then I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds in my light. I often do that where I'm looking while like moving the nail around like that. I'm looking, making sure I haven't missed any spots and it's all fully top coated and everything's sealed how I want it. And now I'm going to apply top coat onto my pinky finger here, and then I'm going to use a cuticle pusher to scoop up the Rainbow Gold Shine glitter in the fine cut, making sure I haven't got an excess amount of top coat on. Nice thin layer. And I'm going to sprinkle this in to the top coat before it cures. So that when I then pop it in the lamp and cure it, it will be left with a textured nail. And then on this nail, I'm going to pop top coat on, and this is a matte top coat. And then I'm going to cure this for 60 seconds. And then once that's cured, I'm going to dust off the excess so that pinky finger has had a double cure. Thumb was done the same. And then I'm going to use my gel cleanse to remove the tacky layer from that matte top coat. And there you go, guys. That is the full set complete now. So there's a lot going on with this set of nails. I was really happy with it, and she was like, I don't want Christmas nails, and I think you can agree, these are not festive. So once they've all cooled down, I'm just popping a little bit of cuticle oil on to replenish the cuticles there. And there you have it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Any questions, comments or requests, just pop it below. Thanks for tuning in. Bye!